Namaste to all. I had made several videos in the past to prove that Srimad Bhagavatam was not written by Vyas Muni, basically giving the information with clear proof of dialogue between Boba Deva and the minister Himadri, which clearly said that Boba Deva was the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. Apart from that, I was reading in a website today, and then I got the book written by Swami Prabhupada Ji, in which he has written Bhagavatam's translation, in which I read this one. This is the initial portion which speaks about like this. 5000 years ago, the great Raja Rishi Maharaj Parikshit reigned as emperor of the world. Having received a warning that he would die within a week, he renounced his entire kingdom and retired to the bank of Ganges in Hastinapur to fast until death and receive spiritual enlightenment. There, in an assembly of learned saints, he heard the entire Srimad Bhagavatam from the great sage Sukadeva. The Bhagavatam begins with the Emperor Parikshit's sober inquiry to Sukadeva Goswami that you are the spiritual master of great saints and devotees. I am therefore begging you to show the way of perfection for all persons and especially for the one who is about to die. Please let me know what a man should hear, chant, remember and worship, and also what he should not do. Please explain all this to me. Sukadeva Goswami's answer to this question and numerous other questions posted by Maharishi Parikshit concerning everything from the nature of the self to the origin of the universe held the assembled sages in rapt attention continuously for 7 days, leading to the king's death. So, Srimad Bhagavatam was listened by Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit was a descendant of Arjun's family, or let's say Panchapandava's family. After Panchapandavas, the 5 Pandavas renounced the world, they gave this kingdom to Parikshit. So, Parikshit listened this entire Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Maharishi. But if we understand Mahabharat was written by Vyas Muni, and only 10,000 shlokas of Mahabharata are true authentic shlokas, because only Vyas Muni wrote only 4,400 shlokas, followed by addition of another 5,600 shlokas by Vyas Muni's direct disciple under the order of Vyas Muni. So Mahabharata was having 10,000 shlokas, and then later on, over a period of time in various kingdoms, Mahabharata now became like 1,20,000 shlokas. The proof is clearly mentioned in our in the website vedmandir.com by my Acharya also, and under which kingdom like Vikramaditya rule or Bhoja Raja rule, in those rules or in those times, how many shlokas got added to Mahabharata is very clearly proved, and then we have the document. So when we go to the original Mahabharata, we can understand Shanti Parva. In Mahabharata, there is a Parva called Shanti Parva, and in that there is another Parva called Moksha Dharma Parva, where Bhishma Pitamaha is advising to Yudhishthir about various things. When Bhishma Pitamaha was hurt in the war, he did not die immediately. He was badly hurt, but he lived like 50-60 days. During that time, he was giving continuously Upadesh to Yudhishthir. So, in that one of the Upadesh, in the chapter number 334 or 35 or 33, something like that, in that chapter, Bhishma Pitamaha is telling to Yudhishthir about the greatness of Sukadeva Maharishi and how Sukadeva Maharishi left his body. That means he went to heaven, he died. So he was a great yogi, and then how he died by yoga sadhana, how he died. This was explained by Bhishma Pitamaha to Yudhishthir. Remember, Mahabharata war is over. Mahabharata, during the war, at the end of the war, when Bhishma Pitamaha was about to die, he is giving the knowledge about Sukadeva Muni's death, the Yoga Samadhi. After attaining Yoga Samadhi, how he left his body. This incident was told by Bhishma Pitamaha to Yudhishthir. That means at the time of telling this incident to Yudhishthir, Sukadeva Muni was already dead. He was not in the body. Now Parikshit is listening this story from Sukadev Muni. Parikshit is grandson of Pandavas, not the Pandu, but Pandavas. That means Arjun's son's wife Uttara's son is Parikshit. So at the time of Mahabharata, before that only Sukadev Maharshi is dead, how he could have told the story of Bhagavatam to Parikshit? Parikshit came later on after Mahabharata. 36 years Arjun and Yudhishthir, these Pancha Pandavas used to rule the world and country. After 36 years they they went into sannyas. Before going to sannyas, they gave the kingdom to Parikshit. So that means after the war, before the war only Sukadev Maharshi is dead. So after the war, let's say 36 or 40 years later only Parikshit would have listened it. So this clearly proves that Bhagavatam is a clear made out story. Just to write a book and turn the attention of the people towards falsehood. Why I am saying is because why I am exposing Bhagavatam. Many people are saying that you are a Hindu, why are you exposing Hinduism? I am not exposing Hinduism, I am trying to save Vedic Dharma. Whenever we are away from falsehood, we will be going towards truth. For us to understand which is true and which is false, first we should understand which is false. And that's why Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati and great Rishi Munis, including my Acharya, has always advised leave the falsehood. Before leaving the falsehood, verify it is true or false. So this story that Parikshit listened from Sukadev Muni is a total false. That means Bhagavatam was told to Parikshit. The base of Bhagavatam itself is wrong. And once we read Bhagavatam, we will understand Bhagavatam promotes idol worship. Bhagavatam speaks bad about Sri Krishna also. Bad in the sense, it speaks about Leela of Sri Krishna Maharaj, which he never did. Because when we read Mahabharata, we will understand the great Sri Krishna was an extreme perfectionist, great wise man. He was a great Yogeshwar. And then opposite to Sri Krishna's quality is portrayed in Bhagavatam. So this clearly shows that Vyas Muni has not written Bhagavatam. And as I already proved in the previous videos, Bhagavatam was written by Boba Deva. And Boba Deva himself is speaking to the minister Himadri. And that conversation is clearly given in the 11th chapter of The Light of Truth by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati. In my previous Bhagavatam video also, you can go to my channel under Common Misconceptions. I have made 2 or 3 videos against Bhagavatam. You can see that. This is another video which is a proof that Vyas Muni is not or was not the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we must try to be away from such books. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.